Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here to my channel, again, I specialize in helping individuals take it to the next level in their trading. Today, we're going to be going over two specific short trades I took on Thursday, January the 11th. We're going to go over an ES short that I took on S&P 500 futures, and also an Apple put play that I played around the same time as well at market open on Thursday. We'll get right into it. Again, if you don't know anything about me, go ahead and read my bio down below, and let's get right into it. So looking at the first trade here, we are going to be looking at ES on a lower time frame. Okay. Obviously, if we zoom out, I'm in bar replay mode here, so bear with me. Just due to the fact that there's a million 1 minute candles since Thursday. I'm recording this a few days later, but just for the purpose of clarity of the trade I took, I want to keep it that bar replay on. Obviously, macro view, we are in a huge uptrend. You know, for the past, sorry, I can't see what I'm looking at here. All right, we're up essentially 15% from the year low. So, you know, great to see, not even the year low, just the most recent low. So it's great to see, you know, the market start to heat up for us. But doesn't mean we can't look for day trades or even scalps on a lower time frame to the downside, right? Just because the market's hot doesn't mean we can't make money playing both sides. So looking at the trade I took today, on the 11th rather, it really just came down to a simple supply formation reaction with price action rules, right? So again, to back it up, if you guys aren't aware, right, I'm going to walk you through my process to help me find two great setups here today. So again, I start every single day kind of at a higher time frame here, looking, you know, for a scalp for a day trade. I'll really look more like the 15-minute. Here's where I'm going to get my context. Okay, here's where I'm going to look to develop a bias, if you will. So I know, obviously, although we're in an uptrend, right, I know that we are unable to take this high. Okay, we've been unable to take this high. Okay, before the market even opened, buyers tried to push us up and failed, right? Sellers were stronger in this area, again, forming supply here. Okay, again, if you know anything about me and how we trade supply and demand over at Freedom Team, we know you're only going to be looking at fresh zones. Okay, so although this is an area of supply, okay, I know that once it's touched, we should form new supply if that area is strong, right? When we do touch it, what do? We form a new supply zone. Okay, so I know, okay, buyers are very present in this area, or sorry, sellers are very present in this area. I want to be looking to the short side if we get up to that area again, right? Especially if we come in with volume and other confirmations. Okay, so now I also look at, you know, okay, where's possible bounces? You know, where are some possible bounces? Obviously, I know you might not be able to see that. We move that over here so you can see. So we know, obviously, here is an area of demand, right? But what happens? It gets taken out. You know, it gets taken out before market open, right? No longer fresh, right? So my second kind of area for potential reversal could be here. I could even zoom out a little further around here, right? So I know, okay, if I do get short up here, I don't really want to target past a potential place where buyers could be present, right? So once I kind of have my higher time frame analysis, I'm going to go down to a lower time frame. Okay. Once I get to a lower time frame, okay, this is where I'm really going to hone in on what I know about price action. Okay. I know that as we are making higher highs and higher lows, we're in what? We're in an uptrend, right? We are in an uptrend. I know that as we are making lower highs and lower lows, we're in a downtrend, right? I need to take action the fastest way I possibly can when I get confirmation that trend is reversing, when trend is changing, right? That's where I can solidify, or that's where I can get my best risk to reward is when I enter at the nearest point where trend changes, right? So when we're looking at this chart, okay, we're looking at this chart and we draw out our trend, right? Where does trend change? Okay. Again, on a micro view, okay, we know that this move's pretty strong, okay? Not really much pullbacks there, okay? But what do we know prior to that? Okay, we know we have low, we have high. We have a higher low, a higher high. Initial reaction, lower high, right? Or higher low, rather. And then higher high. We take out this high, okay? Again, I don't enter blindly here. I don't enter here, okay? I wait for a piece of that move. I wait for sellers to confirm and tell me we're going to see low. We're going to go lower, okay? Once I get that is where I take action, okay? We call this a stop hunt and break of structure play, okay? So we have supply reaction, supply formation, okay? We have a stop hunt of a recent high, and we also have a break of structure, right? This is giving me multiple confirmations to enter short here. And again, I'm not super greedy, right? So as price does end up coming down, I enter right at the break of structure right here. I think I entered, based off my trade journal, I entered at 4820, right on the dot there, okay? Then I want to target these lows, okay? I could target the most recent low here. I could target most recent liquidity low here. Again, I have room, ideally, all the way down to here, which would have been fine, right? But for me and my trading, I always want to make sure I'm taking profits, right, when they're there. If I get at least a 1-to-1, I'm going to put my target at the most recent liquidity level near their area, take profits, right? Anywhere that could reverse on me, I want to take profits at, right? And I also, for my stop, I want my stop above any high in this sense, any high that creates that break of structure for my stop, right? And this is how, just by knowing three things, right? Just by knowing three things, okay? I know if sellers are here, sellers prove to me that they're stronger than buyers, which they do here, I can take action. I can put my stop above where I think would invalidate my trade idea, and I can target where potential reversals may occur. In order to become profitable, it doesn't take 1,000 indicators and all those things. All it takes is your ability to read price action and understand how trend works. Moving on to my second trade here with Apple. Again, essentially the same trade idea, just a different way to trade it. I'm using options on Apple here, okay? On this trade here with Apple, okay, I was looking at the, let me pull it up here. I was looking at the 187.5 puts, okay, at 325 per contract, right? Got 10 of them, okay? For options, I always want to play in the money, at the money, with time, right? So I want to give myself plenty of time on options. Time is your friend, right? Time is your friend unless if you're a seller, okay? But again, essentially the same trade idea, right? Essentially the same trade idea, okay? This one looks a little different though, because you may ask, hey, there's no retest of supply here. How do I trade this, right? This is more of that formation of supply, okay? This is more of that formation of supply, okay? So looking at this chart here, okay, it still follows the same general principles, okay? Market closes around here on Wednesday. We gap up. Where do we gap up to? This 30-minute, 15-minute supply right here, right here. We gap up right into it. Fresh zone, clean move, okay? Again, can't stress this enough, okay? Once we hit that zone, yes, could I short right there with my stop above the supply zone as most people teach? Yes, I could. I could do that, but I want to wait for confirmation. I want to wait for buyers and sellers, I want to wait for sellers to tell me exactly what's going to happen, okay? Same general rule of thumb. Okay, so what happens here? We break this high or stop hunt it right into supply. Again, a stop hunt, we don't know for sure if it's a stop hunt. A stop hunt is seen as a break of the previous day high or low, okay, with a fast reversal. Okay, so we stop hunt right into supply and reverse very quickly. Okay, ideally, right? Ideally, I would then want to wait for a break of structure to occur. Okay, so when I'm looking at price action here, again, going back to my old video or to the recent trade, right? What are we doing, right? Low, high, low, high, break of low, right? So my break of structure occurs here, right? This break is telling me that trend is changing, okay? This break is telling me that trend is changing, okay? That's where I take action. That's where I want to enter, okay? So as I get confirmation that supply is holding, sellers are in control, we take out the low that buyers could possibly be at, and we continue to go. That's where I ride. So I enter here around we've been 845-ish, 842, 843. I think it was on this tiny little pullback here because it did happen rather quickly. 845-ish. Enter on the 187.5 puts at 325 per contract, right? And then same rule for my target, right? I have my higher time frame demand down here. It's about a 30-minute demand, I believe. I want to target liquidity above. So I have a target here, I have a target here, and I'd have a target here, right? Target about right there, kind of in the middle of those two. Just something that we could possibly reverse on. That's where I want to target, right? When the target gets out, I get out, right? For my stop on this specific trade, since I do always want a one-to-one risk reward, this doesn't give me that. There's two different ways to play this, and you'll learn that. You'll learn the multiple ways in our program, but I want to just go over those. So the first way is on a retracement of 50% of that move, which would give me an entry above here, okay? And then the other one, right, is that retest that we talked about before, right? Sometimes that retest happens fast, sometimes it's slow. You want to avoid playing that retest or retracement if your target's already hit, if the move happens and then we pull back, right? So for example, you don't want to get caught. You say, oh, Zach, the move retraced 50%, right? You say, Zach, the move retraced 50% right here, right? But what happened prior, right? Your trade idea already played out. Your trade idea already played out, okay? It's done. It's done, right? It's over with. So for a stop on this specific trade, okay, I look for an area that's going to invalidate my trade idea. Okay, I'm going to look for an area that invalidates my trade idea. Okay, as you can see, if you really, really, really zoom in, okay, you can identify on this candle, there's a volume spike plus a little pullback. Okay, this tiny, minute little pullback gave me just enough of a reasonable spot to put my stop, okay? Because with a volume spike, I know that there's a lot of volume here, right? I don't know what type. I'm going to assume it's sellers volume, right? I'm going to assume it's sellers because what happens next, right? So I know, okay, if I put my stop here, that should give me a solid chance to win out this trade, right? And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for, okay, which area is giving the best probability to win? That's all that matters, right? And again, that's the most important thing. Game of probabilities. With those trades, was able to take home about 900, a little under $1,000 for the day. Posted right inside a Freedom Team, as I do every single day. Again, a ton of other people banked on that trade as well. We had Eduardo, Gito, Phil, Owen, Andrew, Andreas, Audie. Santos played a different one, but still banked, right? Aiden, everyone banked inside of our group on this trade, and that's what we want to see, right? That's what we want to see. Again, ES, Apple, crushed. Right? Shop was more of a swing. Ignore that. I'll do it. Maybe I'll do a video on that. ES and Apple crushed, along with tons of other people inside of our mentorship program. So that does it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed, again, informative, not clickbaity, very informative education. My goal is to help each and every one of my viewers become a profitable trader, right? Trading's hard, takes time, and it takes the proper education to get you there. Again, like, subscribe, leave a comment if you found anything valuable, leave a comment if you have any questions, and good luck.